Shit.
You are nothing but a consequence of your presence. Where you've been, you are nothing but the hair you shed, your shining baldness lighting up the streets. You are nothing but what I reduce you to. If you lift your foot, beneath it appears a footprint. If you drop your words, they'll seep into the ground, into the sand, into the concrete, and leave a mark finally in the grass. But you take with you the green when you leave. You speak often of other places, but that's merely to better grasp the outer perimeters of this one. Other places mean little to you, but as resistance to push against. The smells are variably familiar, the shape of the horizon dependent upon an ever more regular chaos. You keep your yawn in, not to offend the hosts. We don't bare our teeth here for nothing. You are the squares you have yet to march over. You are the cinema screen you have yet to fall through, on your way to the food that you have yet to become, the animals you hunt. There are no windows here, and it is not for nothing that the doorways have no doors.
Unfounded Britain, the tourist ghost. Oh, the girls going out, their hair bobbing up and down. The human is very old. The light is old. A werewolf sign for joy. Bags up and down these arms. Sacrament. Turned bodies haunt the church. A perimeter cell, the god appears in stone trainees, her nailed corporeal form. Of the lockup grow, good friends. Laws of palace milk observe uptown, the slitting of these hairs, in sleep. Soul body H's paved roads most successfully. This is the entity the old man drives around looking for a childlike form in a son, fallen from the seeds. Nature, my daughter, is town to town. Unknown heads hanging, the coast workers. Hawk face, 5 parts to move. Traffic before after, surface of an emergent face. Hypnotizing noise, the expansive salt taste of the city. Her many made parts of my daughter's section. Heaven's own fowl. What's in that body of yours off the telly dream that if one worked like Captain Caveman meant all that would be replaced at once by a newborn human boy, team helpers suddenly changed to helpless girls. Whole lifetimes of the crimes they need to solve, so waters are the waters from which the waters flow, black cloud, the birds of a factory farm, illusions, celestial town.
When you toss yourself to the ground believing that your insolence has overpowered you and that you will not yield until your demands have been met, your fists turn white and you can hardly breathe. It meets you porous and you sink. Once there was a mouthpiece between you and the cigarette. Once nothing but the shoes separated you from the scorching asphalt. Once the mountains surrounding you were shorter, and one day they will be short again, bending over to hear you whisper, "You know that everything you feel, the tingling in your toes which joins you to the earth and signals when you are about to make a run for it, is wrong, but you don't do anything about it. You just say, there is no point in talking to me. I only hear what I want to hear." You are a tourist at home, like everywhere else. You are foreign no matter where you put your foot down. This has its benefits, you say to yourself, but the tourists here still always take you for a local. It's just the locals who know better, or should. If you lift your foot, you bump it up against the table, removing it from the knee. You fall. If you rise up, landing on your stubs, rolling over the floor, whining. You are nowhere anymore if you can't stay still.
Warboats bold from the gusts, last day of the Yarmouth Pool, the Romans have gone shuttered, soldier on the sea, lock-neck praise. Swims, poses as a statue, the dons of the boat, priest class tap on the war-altered town, under shell of suns, snubbed candle, these kids, waterfall in the deeps of a Punic such. Hasty-faced fun was our event, our way god, that they know, sense, ink blue Baal brings the sea, tree of the sun, dead weight of branches, wrung by radiating strong man on an empty field, the tree he holds up, this brute, waving with one arm, the house of the human, clay river in the sun, sound, who was not once smoke, heat, but now he had the light prize mats, hate the light prize river, closing herself down to granite, polluting tins, fusion of the human names, bodies, denting of the tree, the dumb believer. When there's TB in them cows, there's a bang bang on the waterfall or sun, mycobacterium, thick form of a protein, folk, that move between tree and Garma state's worker, were it ever out of their ideation, high, happy, luminescent decks effect, but behind them the face of their child grief, like from a crucifixion, booming, bronze sun, poor plants, 100 million farms to absorb cows' breath, incalculable when you think about their dad.
Thank you.